In a world where speed reigns supreme, two titans of power collide. Supersonic, blazing with golden energy, faces off against the formidable Super Shadow, a master of chaos and darkness. The air crackles with tension as their fates intertwine, setting the stage for an unforgettable battle. With a burst of speed, Supersonic launches himself at Super Shadow, spinning like a whirlwind of light, determined to land a decisive blow. But Super Shadow, with a cool determination, channels his dark powers ready to counterattack in this high-stakes duel. With a fierce determination, Supersonic releases a blinding wave of energy, trying to catch Super Shadow off guard. But Super Shadow, with an air of confidence, expertly evades the blast, ready to unleash his own devastating counter-strike. As they hover in midair, the clash of their energies creates a stunning spectacle, showcasing the balance between light and darkness. Supersonic, pushing past his limits, prepares for the next phase of this epic confrontation, knowing that every move counts. Feeling the surge of his hidden power, Supersonic glows with an intensity that electrifies the atmosphere. On the other side, Super Shadow prepares his next line of attack, determined to maintain control in this escalating battle. With newfound strength, Supersonic ascends into the sky, ready to unleash a powerful aerial assault that could turn the tide of battle. Meanwhile, Super Shadow stands his ground, confident and resolute, as he readies himself to face the storm that's about to hit. In a dramatic descent, Supersonic becomes a streak of gold, aiming straight for his rival with all his might. As their powers collide in an explosive confrontation, the very air trembles, showcasing the ultimate clash between light and darkness. The impact of their clash creates a cataclysmic explosion, shaking the very ground beneath them. As the dust settles, both fighters recover resolute and ready for the next phase of their fierce battle, proving that neither is willing to back down. Steeling himself, Supersonic rises with unwavering resolve, ready to charge once again. In response, Super Shadow smiles slyly, weaving dark energy through his fingertips, demonstrating that the battle is far from over. With a burst of speed, Supersonic races forward, determined to land a decisive blow. At that moment, Super Shadow counters with a sinister energy blast, casting a looming shadow over the battlefield, signaling that their epic duel is reaching new heights. As their powers collide in a fierce struggle, a shockwave erupts, scattering debris across the battlefield. Both combatants push against the other's energy, showcasing their indomitable strength and relentless spirit. Summoning every ounce of power within him, Supersonic focuses intently on delivering a final decisive punch. Meanwhile, Super Shadow conjures a swirling vortex of dark energy, poised to withstand the force of his rival's ultimate attack. With a powerful surge, Supersonic thrusts his fist forward, unleashing a dazzling explosion of golden light. Super Shadow stands firm, his dark vortex swirling with ominous energy, set to challenge the magnitude of Supersonic's formidable strike. A breathtaking explosion fills the arena as light and darkness collide in a magnificent display. In that moment, Supersonic's expression reveals his unwavering determination and thrill, pushing himself further in the battle against Super Shadow. The ground shakes violently as the shockwave from their clash spreads, illuminating the battlefield with flickering sparks of energy. Super Shadow commits fully to his dark vortex, his fierce gaze reflecting his relentless resolve to overcome Supersonic. With newfound vigor, Supersonic accelerates and releases a brilliant beam of light, targeting Super Shadow's dark vortex. In that critical moment, Super Shadow steels himself, resolutely prepared to face the oncoming power with everything he has, embracing the surge of energy. Supersonic radiates an even more vibrant glow, poised for a transformative moment in their fierce encounter. Meanwhile, Super Shadow's vortex swells with potent dark energy, his fierce focus hinting at the unstoppable force he's about to unleash. The arena erupts into a kaleidoscope of colors as the beam meets the vortex, creating a spectacular explosion that engulfs everything in its light. A close view reveals Super Shadow's intense focus, the strain evident as he fights to contain the overwhelming energy surging against him. Amidst the whirlwind of chaos, shockwaves pulse through the arena, illuminating the sky in a spectacular show of power. Supersonic, fueled by resolve, draws on his inner strength, his aura expanding as he gears up for a decisive strike against Super Shadow. Soaring into the sky, Supersonic is enveloped in a dazzling aura, readying a monumental attack that could change the tide of the battle. Meanwhile, Super Shadow remains resolute, channeling every ounce of his dark power, preparing for a fierce counter against the incoming onslaught. With a fierce descent like a comet, Supersonic hurtles toward the ground, his radiant energy crackling through the air, signaling an imminent clash. The earth quakes beneath Super Shadow, whose blend of determination and anxiety captures the weight of the moment as he readies himself for the impending